Students, take your seats, grab your parchment, grab your quills, grab your snacks, stop passing notes. You, in the back, I see what you're doing. Do not make me come down there. Welcome to Ioth Academy. I'm tormented by gnomes. I'll be your game master today. Joining me is my fantastic, charismatic, sparkling cast consisting of Crowan, Leg Day, Lemon Kiwi, and our very own birthday player, Anacra. Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you. So excited to be here.
Yes, thank you for sharing your birthday with us. We know it's a big deal to Arianna. We're not going to let her down. For those who may be unfamiliar with our show, Ioth Academy is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play campaign set in the mythical lands of the Four Kingdoms of Anacra, in which our, again, 4 cast members are playing students at Ioth Academy, the greatest institute of magical learning in the Four Kingdoms. They're currently hovering around 11 or 12 years old. They're in their 2nd year at the school, and as befits a magical school, they are up to a series of shenanigans. They've been working on uncovering the mystery of a magic circle binding a genie to the Grove, the place where up until last year, they were all studying magic. Now, I don't entirely know what they're planning to do with this genie once they've managed to bend it to their will. I don't know if any of them know. I just know that that's sort of the direction that they're headed. When we last left them, they had uncovered a major revelation in decoding the Circle of Runes. Anacra, can you refresh us with what Arianna discovered after looking at the rune circle?
So originally, it looked like it was 4 eyeless, if I'm remembering, or eyeless 4, or some iteration of that. And everyone else in the group kind of looked at that and went, well, why are the Y and the S capitalized and in odd places? So Arianna basically took a look at that and went, it's an anagram. And she was able to decipher it, and it was see yourself were the 2 words that she came up with.
That's about as far as we'd made it. Now, our heroes were discussing this, and they discovered this. It is evening, the sun is setting, the golden glow of the sphere in which you all float is dimming naturally with the falling sun. And tomorrow is the Rupture. The Rupture is a magical event that occurs every 12 years in the Academy. There are various theories about why it happens, but somebody happened to have read a complete treatise on the Rupture in our last episode. Lemon Kiwi, you rolled a 20 on an Arcana or a History check, right?
Yeah.
All right. So it's believed that the Rupture is a natural consequence of so many enchantments and so many spells and so much magic all being layered over the course of centuries in one place. It occurs every 12 years on the dot at dawn. And when the Rupture goes off, it prevents people from casting spells. You can still cast spells if you want to, but the moment you do, you can't stop. The magic pours out of you. It just, all of your magic is expended, it's drawn out of you. You got a natural 20 on this. So I'm also going to share that it is a mildly euphoric and hallucinogenic experience. So when they monitor students carefully at dawn to make sure that nobody's casting spells, it's not just to make sure that no magical accidents occur. It's also because they're trying to keep the kids off of magical drugs.
Checks out.
After the Rupture, there is all the remaining expended magical energy rains down from above as harmless blue sparks. It's kind of visually incredible to see, and every passing year, that rain of sparks gets larger and larger. Folks believe it's just because more spells have been layered. They keep building up the academy, they keep enchanting new areas. And some people are worried about what might happen if it builds up to a certain point, because it's harmless for now, but eventually, if it builds up to too high of a concentration, who knows what could happen. Now, the other thing that you discovered, or at least that you theorized based on your own studies, because the book you happened to have read that told you practically everything you wanted to know about the Rupture was written by normies. So, they didn't account for void magic. And if it reaches in and pulls magic out of you, But void magic isn't the same kind of magical energy. It follows the same patterns, but it's almost the inverse. It's like an absence. So you're not entirely sure what would happen. It could have the exact reverse effect. Instead of just draining all of your magic energy, it could cause you to create another sphere of annihilation or to absorb all the magic nearby. You're not sure.
Oh.
There's not a lot of research on the matter. The other reason this is important is because Dubasif's binding circle is one of the persistent enchantments that over the years has caused the rupture to grow and grow and grow. It's dangerous to cast spells for 1 hour at dawn during the rupture, but it's also the time that magical fields and matrices are their most permeable. As this wave of bizarre energy washes over everything, enchantments that would otherwise be completely hard-coded into the stone itself become a little bit more malleable, more like clay than stone. It is the perfect window of opportunity if you're going to try to, say, adjust a magic circle to bind a married genie to your will. The current time is roughly 6 or 7 in the evening. Dawn is expected to be around 5 a.m. Our heroes are gathered in the secret classroom under the stairs where Garnet meets with her tutor. Arianna has just had this revelation about what's written in the circle. Garnet has just shared this information about the rupture with the rest of the party. You have until dawn to make your move. What would you like to do?
Well, what could see yourself mean? Like a mirror?
I don't know. Is it like some internal metaphor? See within yourself?
Maybe it also doesn't mean anything. It's just the right thing to know for the enchantment.
Well, as if we just walk up to it and say, see yourself, like abracadabra, and suddenly, ooh, Dubasif is ours?
Like a pet?
Well, I don't know if genies make good pets, to be honest.
And maybe not so much of a pet, just a, I don't know. I guess forced ally sounds a bit kind of weird.
I'm
like
sure
that
Garnet's
forced
had many
ally.
prisoners in her castle back home.
I don't call them prisoners, thank you very much. They're workers.
Prisoners with
Yeah.
jobs?
Yes.
Hmm.
Thank you, voice in the sky. Exactly.
Oh, you did. Wait, how much of the treaties did Garnet share with us?
The treaty?
The
Information about the
rupture.
Oh, everything, yeah. And probably that I don't know what happens with my magic, and yeah.
Well, I suppose first things first, if we want to think about meeting up with Dubasif, how do we get out of the Grand Hall? It's not like those doors are particularly stealthy to move through.
Oh, we just have to sneak out some way. I mean, if they're not necessarily easy to open, could cause a distraction, right?
Is there another way out?
Would Alex have, upon kind of trying to study the layout here, have found any other ways out that don't involve the main doors?
Let's find out. Roll a cartography tools check for me.
All right. We do 16.
A 16. There are other ways out. Most of them are similarly heavily guarded. Faculty entrances, platforms and windows that can only be accessed via magical flight, that sort of thing. If you could sneak into one of the teachers' offices, one of the teachers has a large open window that you could sort of climb out. That'd be fairly dangerous. There's another way out. If you can get down underneath the alchemy classrooms, there is a runoff tunnel where they dump failed experiments, discarded potion ingredients, etc. That will take you to the Undercroft.
Well, I have ways of getting vision of areas without us having to enter it. I can see while in the dark, so this feels like some kind of stealth trip. I don't imagine they're gonna let us explore it at night.
Yeah, probably not. I do know of other ways to get out that aren't the main doors, but they're probably also going to be difficult. There's like teachers' entrances, and there's even something underneath the alchemy class. It doesn't really. It leads to very deep below, though. I don't know how we quite get back up. Well, maybe I do actually, but
Well, afterwards we'd just be able to knock on the door, right? Like, hey, we got lost. Let us in.
we got lost. Yes, sure that'll go over
And
greatly.
one would assume that during the rupture they'd be a bit more concerned with other things rather than some students who got lost. I'm not entirely sure.
I feel like that's the
Garnet, is
exact
there
thing
any
they
way to share what you see when you can look elsewhere?
Well, if you ask nicely, I might tell you.
Yes, please. Could you share? Do you have the capacity?
Well, I can get vision of rooms without anyone knowing it. Costs a spell, so I ain't firing away all the time for those. And I can make tools if we need to break inside of a door. I got some tools we can figure out how to. I don't know. I don't work with power tools. Dad never let me touch them. So we'll have to figure it out.
I think those doors are slightly larger than tools. But what I was thinking was, I've been learning how to project a silent image, and during the lead up to the rupture, everyone's going to be very on edge. So if we could isolate one of these entrances where the staff are, we could feign the noises around here while you look where the staff are, and I could lead them away with some projections of other students.
That could
That are
work.
very quiet. Do you think they're going to believe that students are quiet?
Well, I could help with that. I could make a noise with the image, and so it'd be more believable, I think.
Oh, minor illusion? You read my thesis?
Yeah, it was great. I
Roll a
loved it.
deception
you.
check.
It was
I mean, if you want Garnet to just immediately go with it, no check required.
or 8.
So what?
You
What's
can
the
roll an
result
insight
of
check off of that to
Sure.
see how.
It
12.
was great work. All the stuff about the illusions, and yeah, clearly a lot of thought you put into that. It was wonderful.
So I don't believe him. Is that what? Or is
You
it kind of believable? Or
you're not taken in. With the insight ability, it's not that you get an exact read on what the person's saying. It's more like you kind of read their face, read their body language and such. He's being a little awkward. He's being a little bit hesitant. He's not being heavy on the details, that sort of thing.
You know, Alex, I agree. Excellent reading for a 4-year-old.
4-year-old? Well, I don't think anyone that young should touch my thesis. At least like in the first year of Ioth. But I see you had troubles going through chapter 4. Don't worry. You don't have to lie to me about it. And that was a tough one to get through. But anyway, I love the idea. Image, noises. Yeah, that works.
Okay, so we just have to choose which entrance.
I mean, probably I would say one of the teacher entrances, maybe. I mean, there might be one or two of them around there, but probably less guarded than the main entrance.
Where is it you do your elective class, Arianna?
Do I know that? I do know that. I don't know if I can tell them because I'm not sure I know.
That's totally fine. You were studying spiritualism. Spiritualism would be on like the second or third floor. It would have windows that look out over, the rest of the Golden Dome, but those are normally kept closed at night.
That does not sound like that was Arianna's.
Yeah, I think she did botany.
I did
Then
botany.
I think Garnet might have done
Yeah,
spiritual.
I
as well.
mistyped. Ignore
yeah,
me.
That was
Yep.
me.
Botany would have been out in the open in an open courtyard, which is surrounded by high walls with animated plants on the edge of them. If you could get over those walls, then you would have a chance. The doors will be locked at night as well. So if you can get through a locked door and then get over some enchanted plants, you might be okay.
Huh. Does Arianna just share that verbatim, or
Yeah, I would probably just share that.
that wouldn't really work for our plan? Because as far as I'm aware, those plants won't chase students. But do you know anything about? Can you turn off a plant?
I might be able to. How much does Arianna actually know about these particular plants?
You can make a nature check.
I'm confident.
That's a vibe.
23.
Okay.
All right.
I'm confident.
So
Oh, she's owning
the
it today.
vines are enchanted. So they're not just you've got some living plants, right? There are some unusual plants in the world that can come to life, try to eat you, assassin vines and the like. These are not those. These are normal ivy that's under the effects of an enchantment that makes it entangle and grab anyone who tries to pass over the walls. So if you could kill the plants, do something. If you can kill the plants, obviously that'll solve the problem. But there's nothing inherent to the plants that makes them grabby. There's a spell on top of them. So you'd have to do something to deal with the spell.
Well,
Or to make yourself harder to catch.
I wonder if the rupture happens at dawn
Mm-hmm.
and these plants are enchanted. Based on what Garnet was saying, wouldn't it be easy to remove the enchantment from the plants?
Yes, but that would be during a quite small period of time, and then we'd still have to get to the grove afterwards.
Well, wouldn't we want to travel before dawn, before the rupture?
Yeah, I think we'd want to get there beforehand.
Yeah, that's a
I-
good point.
Have an idea, but I feel like I've been mean to poor old Ica. Is it Ica? Wait, am I saying that name wrong?
Master L now?
am I- El now, that's the one.
Yeah, I can L
Um,
now.
Well, I don't know. I seem to be getting away with going to her office at night. What would be maybe she could lead us on a little bit of an adventure, and having an adult with us would make us look a lot less suspicious. And if anyone asks, she's, void magic, dark magic, you need darkness. Maybe it's a certain lesson she's giving me that requires it to be at night. And you guys are newfound fans of void magic. I'm not sure, but there's that possibility too.
Oh,
Well, that's
keep
great,
in
but
mind,
what's void magic?
What was it? What?
What's void magic?
Well, my magic.
Of a black hole magic. Can you make another one of those? That
I
might be
would prefer
useful.
not to.
That'll
Like-
certainly cause a distraction.
That would cause a distraction. You're right.
I don't know how I did it last time. It just happened.
Oh, it's pretty shit magic then, isn't it?
Well, it's better than yours.
That's true. I can't make a black hole.
It's just take some points out of reliability, you put them into power. It's just, balance, different balance.
Thanks, Alex.
So our options are we blackmail a member of the faculty to do something weird during the rupture.
Before the
speaking
rupture.
of, could you actually do that? Could you get Master Al now to do that?
I'm sure if I asked nicely, she'd probably do it. Like, give her the puppy eyes and everything.
I mean, I kind of believe it. We could-
Well, our other options are finding a door, distracting the staff away, and then moving through. But then we still have the rest of the school to deal with. And we'd all be lower on power after casting those spells. Or we can break into Arianna's botany class and we'd die to plants?
I think we could kill them.
maybe just move them out of the way with magic? It could be doable. We'd have to still climb, though.
Are they like poisonous or something?
No,
Nope.
not poisonous.
I mean, I think we could maybe use all of these plans. I mean, well,
We could
not
try the
all of them,
blackmail
but
first.
yeah, we could try that first. Is it blackmail? Maybe it's. Well, we could try it first, but if it doesn't work, then we try to sneak out for a faculty member is. But if they catch us and get sent back, then we try to climb over the walls.
Checks out.
Sure. So, Garnet, how do you get her to bring all of us with you?
I don't know. If we all just show up, she can't say no to all of us, right?
I feel like she
Oh,
could.
I think she'd say no to 3 of us.
Well, if I ask her nicely. I mean, we always need more followers in void magic and shadow magic. There's not enough of us, and I'm sure Master Elna would be so happy to have more followers of the darkness or whatever.
Okay.
Right?
So, dear diary, my first rupture at Ioth Academy, I joined a cult.
Yay, Cole!
Well, if you can convince her that we're all worth taking, then I think that's our first port of call.
Oh, we can always go with plan B if it doesn't work.
Sure. So how do you summon her? Is it like a clap thing, like back in whatever noble house you came from, or?
Of course not. We have a deadline that we meet at, I don't know, midnight or something at the office, and yeah, we get to working.
And how long have you got
What?
until that deadline?
I don't know. Has anyone got a watch? No?
No.
Any watchers?
Where's the clock? There's a clock around, isn't there?
Any VOD watchers in chat? Well, let's just see if we can pull one out of thin air, shall we?
Behold, an act of God.
Oh my god.
Super clock.
Super clock.
Emerald Wisdom. Gain insight into the universe.
Oh,
It's
I know what
12
time it is,
o'clock.
guys. The Blues Clues. We just got a clue.
All right, let me, while I pull up this clue, Athalor,
Hello.
a voice speaks in your head.
This one is the source of the sphere. Possible alternative if securing the sphere is too challenging.
To challenge her.
Multiple possible vectors must consider.
So much to consider today.
Are you talking out loud? Or
No. Just to himself. He's not that mental yet.
Okay, I am going to hand this one. No, this one has a plus and a minus, so I'm not just going to immediately give it to Necra for her birthday. I'm going to have each member of the party roll 1d20.
Uh-oh.
Oh, was that everyone roll?
Yeah,
You can
everyone in
tell
the party
time
roll
today,
1d20.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, me and Alex.
Pog, not
Save
telling
a
the
better
time.
duo. On
There
six
we
rolls of
go.
the
16
same
if it-
shit.
All right, roll off. Garnet and Alexander, give me a roll off.
Oh my. Okay.
Gotta
Oh,
use them
yeah.
up.
Natural 20.
Woo!
Okay,
I don't know if
so
I'm happy about this.
as you're contemplating all of these things to consider, you do gain a brief moment of, you're thinking about the concept of time, and you gain a brief moment of insight into the universe and how it fits together and the cosmic truth imparted into you by your studies of void magic. Pick one of your mental ability scores: intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
I'm an intelligence person. Am I picking like my
Arguable.
main one?
You can pick any of
Shut
them.
up.
You're gonna gain additional insight into all of your skills and checks involving this skill temporarily. Or this ability score, rather.
Oh, that's I feel like we might need some stealth, huh? So maybe I should do like a dex.
It has to be one of your mental ability scores:
Oh,
intelligence,
so only-
wisdom, or charisma.
Ah, frick.
Now, you are about to, on the one hand, more information, more intelligence, more arcana, history, etc. could be super helpful. On the other hand, you are about to try to persuade a teacher into breaking the rules on your behalf. So charisma could also be valuable.
We good on that. Yeah, let's do a charisma, sure. That
Okay.
sounds like a good idea.
Until this effect wears off, you get advantage on all charisma-based checks. Now,
Hey, thanks, chat.
pick wisdom or intelligence.
Oh.
What? Just
Your
wait.
mental faculties are entirely focused on people and how they work, which means that your available RAM cycles for other things are reduced. Pick intelligence or wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. You have disadvantage on all wisdom-related checks until the effect wears off.
Poo-poo.
All
The
right.
lucky
Coming
dice
the
can't
time.
help with.
What do we roll to check the time? Roll wisdom checks.
It's about 7 o'clock at night in the evening.
So 5 hours left until I gotta meet Master L now. Unless the midnight is not lore. In
Nope.
which case.
We can call it that, Laura. That's fine by me. That works.
If we're running lore times, can we assume that dawn is like 5 a.m.?
Yes.
Okay, cool. 5 hours until that. That gives us time to see if there are any advanced options we'd need. Because if that doesn't work, we've lost a significant amount of time. I think we should help Alex try and map out any other potential routes for the few hours we have before Plan A.
Mhm.
I suppose. I kind of already have them mapped, but we could go and look at them and kind of see what's going on around there, I guess. Just do a little walk by.
Yeah. Do some reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Do like a secret mission like we've read about.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay.
Except this
Secret
is the boring
theme.
part.
Take it away, Arianna.
I guess we're going to
I was expecting
some
something more
plants.
musical.
Cool. This way.
Yay, adventure!
All right. Are you scoping out a teacher's office, or are you going to the alchemy labs, or something else entirely?
I'd say probably the teacher's offices.
Okay. You are in one of the upper hallways. There's like 4 or 5 levels to the Great Hall. You're in the upper hallways, and the teachers here are the teachers who do your elective classes. So magical history, elemental study, spiritualism, or herbalism and botany. Which of these rooms do you want to try to open? It's past school hours, but they could still be in their offices. They could be in their quarters. They could be out doing their own thing. Who knows at this point? With the rupture going on tomorrow, there's a lot of prep work to do. Which of these offices do you want to try to break into?
Has anyone seen in their classes which might have some easy ways to exit? Because we know that Arianna's is walled, right?
Was
GM
mine
question.
walled?
What does elemental look like?
The elemental
Strange.
classroom has open windows. You've never been into the elemental teacher's office, but as a practitioner of the elements, they do have a landing platform for winged elves, flying carpets, etc. So you know that the elemental teacher's office is going to have an access point you can use to leave.
So over in the elemental one, there's like a platform where people who could fly, like that elf we met, would be able to land. But I'm not sure how much use it is to us. As far as I'm aware, none of us can fly.
Nope.
No.
You could always see
that.
if there's a way down around it.
Maybe. It's possible.
Wait, are we trying to climb down from a high height? Is that what's happening? Are you saying
This is my
we might
moment.
need these climbing potions?
They could actually be useful.
Heavy breathing.
What floor is the elemental classroom on?
The classroom is on the 3rd floor. The office is on the 4th floor. The office is the one that has the landing platform.
That's a lot of climbing.
The alchemy labs are in the basement.
Yeah. Hmm.
And the spiritualism class is
Classroom on the 3rd floor. Office on the 4th.
So unless we really, really want to climb, maybe actually the alchemy class might be a better route. At least we don't have to risk falling and dying.
I've had enough falling in my years at Ioth Academy already. Let's
True.
go with that.
All right.
All right, let me get a group stealth check from the whole party.
No.
Need at least half of you to succeed in order to not be accosted along the way.
Here we go, boys and girls. Bang.
Okay.
Ah,
13 from Legday and 18 from Crowan. 14 and a 15.
Oh, look at that. All above
Nice.
average.
Or nuts.
There's enough hubbub. You're able to make your way down the stairs to the Alchemy Laboratories, which are heavily ventilated. There's metal hoods over each of the cauldrons and the tables, and there's magical enchantments to get a nice breeze going through. There are grates on the floor near the fire for people to dump experiments or anything that's leaked. The whole place just has this ammonia acrid smell to it, along with a little bit of rot from some of the more organic perishable components that go in here. Rows and rows of tables, each with cauldrons at them. And according to your map, if you open one of the large grates in the middle of the floor, it leads to a runoff tunnel that you can use to escape.
Yeah, so like we walked there and no one was around. We're just like in the classroom.
Yeah, with your stealth check, I mean, it's after
All right.
class hours, really. Nobody's in there working at the moment. One of the issues, though, is that the large grate on the floor, the drainage grate, is locked. It has a lock on it.
Oh. Does anyone have anything to deal with locks?
You
I have a jewelry making kit. Maybe I could
Oh, we got
use
like
some.
a screwdriver, like a little lock.
Maybe I have something from there that could pick the lock.
Yes.
Maybe, if you have any tools, actually, maybe I could use them.
Be my guest.
All right.
I think I have a spare in my bedroom, so
I have some fine tools as well from my sculpting.
None of these are perfectly suited to the project. They are perhaps better than nothing. I would like each of you to roll 1d20, please.
uh-oh.
Ooh.
Perfect. Shardy got it.
Anyone?
Hey, I'm
Like
down
with the
there
two?
with
Oh
lemon.
boy.
Going with the 16.
We are power bottoms. You can edit that out.
Looking very S&B today.
Wait, yeah.
It's fine. We're past the 30-second mark. We're not going to get demonetized. So, both Crowan and Anacra got 16s, but in case of a tie, birthday wins.
Yeah, true. That's pretty
There
true.
you go.
Arianna,
Okay, bro.
while a lot of you are down here and going through sort of all the different stuff that you're finding, you see a small silk pouch somebody left behind at their alchemy station. Just
Do tell more.
It seems to have leaves in it, dried leaves of some kind. Give me a nature check, please.
That sounds suspicious.
12.
That roll was suspicious.
The birthday luck only works once.
Well, I mean, the birthday luck does stack up a little bit. 2 different people have given you birthday inspiration if you'd like to use it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Aww. Sure, I'll
All
use
right.
it.
Roll again. Take the better of the 2.
That's much better.
23.
Mhm.
Them some leaves.
Okay, this is something that you have only ever read about in botany and maybe heard about back in your homeland. This plant only grows in the distant swamps of the Megaini dragon tribe in the bogs. And it only blooms at night when nobody's around. These are the leaves of the Mordane flower. It is incredibly rare. You got a 23. Are you proficient in the survival skill?
You know, it's really funny that I'm not, because of all my years troping around in the woods eating random mushrooms off the floor. I should be
just
real
got lucky.
proficient in that skill.
Maybe we can get there at some point. So with a 23, you know that the Mordane flower is incredibly toxic, very, very poisonous. But when it's steeped as a tea, and the steam from the tea is inhaled, it induces a psychoactive trance in humans, well, basically everyone but elves, such that they project their mind to the realm of dreams.
Huh.
It's very expensive, very rare.
Happy birthday to me, I guess.
Drugs.
It's just sitting there. Do you want to swipe it?
Yes.
Great.
Arianna would very much want to take this.
Okay.
Stealing.
Roll 1d4.
1 crusty leaf, 2 crusty leaf, 3 crusty leaf.
You have 2 doses of Mordane tea. Mordayn.
I hope there's no spelling test at the end of the show.
There will not be a spelling test at the end of the show. I have prepared another puzzle for today. But
No wonder why you told me that. Hold on.
That out.
But it's not a spelling test. All right, so you're going over and you're sort of assembling makeshift lockpicks or tools from a sculptor's kit. You've got like a chisel. From a jeweler's kit, you've got tiny little screwdrivers and such. What else are we concocting? That was actually a treasure from chat, by the way. Somebody wanted to get you magical drugs.
Nice.
Well,
Nice
thank
jugs.
you, chat.
Thanks, chat. You always bring the party. Quick question to DM. My armament, that nasty knife, doesn't look strong enough to break.
No, it's a ritual implement. It is
not a good snapper.
No. It would be the snapper, it would be the snappy, not the snapper.
Alright, got you.
Question about one of my spells, because it's not very descriptive. On
Sure.
my umbral tool, it says I can create any mundane simple tool. So I tried Googling like what is considered a simple tool, but that didn't result in anything. But
Okay.
could you help me with that?
You could create a lockpick. You're not proficient with lockpicks, so unless the thing says you're proficient in whatever you create.
Nope.
Okay. So without lockpicks, trying to pick a lock gives you disadvantage on the check. With lockpicks, you don't have disadvantage, but you don't get to add your proficiency modifier unless you're proficient with lockpicks. So a simple tool, you could create lockpicks to try to pick the lock. You could create bolt cutters to try to just cut the lock off.
Can I throw a firebolt at the door?
You could throw a firebolt. You have firebolt. So I know the firebolt is a spell that you throw, but in my mind, if you can cast unlimited firebolts, you can also put on a welder's mask, just take your finger and go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I think that's logical.
You know what's up.
It'll create a lot of light.
Is that she's gonna cook the tea? Just over a mug, like, yeah, I'm nailing this.
Oh, good.
Well, I feel like we should try to pick the lock first. This is just a plan B in case we don't get through the lock, okay?
Okay.
If someone has any tools, I think I might be able to get it.
Arianna hands over the pack of.
Has Garnet like woven lockpicks from the mere shadow stuff at this point yet, or are we still concocting
I
tools
don't know
from
what
other
the plan is. I feel like we could try and just cut at this lock because this spell would cost me a spell slot. I only have 2, so in RP form, I only got 2 bullets, and this would cost 1 of them. I don't know.
Well, if Arianna gave Alex some makeshift tools, I mean, he'd try to. Because do have proficiency with thieves' tools. I know these aren't the same thing, but
Okay,
I
so
need similar enough knowledge.
without real thieves' tools, the way this would work is your check would get disadvantage, but you could add your proficiency modifier. And chat has given you inspiration.
Okay.
For those fantastic nails. So
Nice.
you could, if you want to burn that, you can make a thieves' tools check, a flat normal thieves' tools check to pick the lock.
Yeah, we can try that.
All right.
I'll burn the inspiration. Let's
Done
see.
and
I'll
done.
just take tools. Like, all right. Let me see if I can make any headway at this. 21.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
All right.
You take like a chisel from Athalor's sculpting kit, a tiny little probe from the jewelry making kit. You kind of work them together. It takes you a minute or so, and click. The latch on the padlock on the grate that goes down into where they dump alchemical experiments has opened.
Oh, I think I got it.
I don't know what you did before you came to Ioth, but where did you learn that?
Just kind of shrugs. Well, now we get
Very
to...
suspicious.
Do we want to keep scouting further, or... I mean, it's already opened. I mean, it will lead down to the Undercroft, I believe, and there should be ways from there to get back up on, not here.
Party check. Who's the smallest? Athalor is quite tall.
Might be
Me or Anacra? I don't know. Are women generally tinier? I'm not sure.
Funny enough, though, actually, real human biology stuff.
Oh, hello.
Women are technically taller. Like the girls are taller up until a certain point.
At a
Can
younger
confirm.
age?
Went to grade school.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was the tallest kid in my
and
class.
then you were so
until
bullied
fifth
by the
grade,
tall
and then
girls
I
it went to
didn't grow
homeschooling.
anymore.
I was the exception because I was a freak of nature, but yeah.
In that
So
case,
that's
maybe
right,
Alex is
right?
the smallest.
Generally, it's the girls that are taller in grade school.
Yeah. No, I remember like my older sister and I, we just keep on trading who was the tallest until I outpaced her by a good foot, and she hasn't forgiven me since then. It's her birthday today too.
Well, happy birthday!
See if you can gift the folk back.
I'll give her the bag instead.
Nope, I'm keeping that.
Under the tree.
All right, so it's up to the party who's the shortest or who's the smallest in the party. I know canonically Alexander is very small, very scrawny, but I'll hear from the rest of everyone.
Well, I can always just go first because I have 120 feet of dark vision if it ends up being darker down there.
If it
You and
starts
I,
getting
Athalor?
small, I'm most liable to get stuck, so I should probably go last.
All right.
Chat's handed out a couple of treasures.
Any flashlights?
No, I was thinking a flask of oil.
Slip through.
Oh.
There's a flask of oil lying around in the alchemical lab. I'm adding it to the scene. Feel free to, and you know what? Because a treasure should be a little bit better than that. There are 2 flasks of oil, and somebody. It's in a supposedly locked cabinet that wasn't locked. 1 vial of alchemist's fire.
Welcome to
Slather up,
Ioth
Athalor.
Academy, where 4 school children are about to get high and oil up.
God damn
And then
it.
burn some shit down.
That's Arianna's job. I don't. Oh God.
All right, so
On this episode of I won't go that far.
Reel it back. Reel it back. Who's going into the
Reel it back,
alchemical? Who's going down there?
I think
I'll
Garnet should
go. I
first.
like darkness. Me.
That doesn't surprise me
You
at all.
got it.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yay!
go for it.
All right.
Zoom.
You climb down into the pipe. It smells absolutely awful here. The fumes kind of burn a little bit. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
3.
Lucky dice.
She's
I don't want to die of smell.
All right, burn a lucky dice and give me a second roll.
Not
18.
dying of
There we
food
go.
smell.
Let's
Luckily, you've got 2 lungs.
No, it's like you get down there and your eyes are watering, your nostrils are burning, and you sneeze, and you feel much better.
Achoo. Don't breathe. Don't breathe when you get down here. It smells funny.
Maybe
Okay,
there's,
how long can you hold your breath?
I'm not a swimmer.
maybe there's things for that in the lab. And look around before you descend down and see if there's any like mask type things.
Roll an investigation check for me.
Sure.
And are you proficient in alchemist's tools?
No.
Then just roll an investigation check for me.
18.
18? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. You found a couple of fresh leaves from a magical plant that serve to filter and purify air. They only last for an hour or so after you start using them, but, they're there.
Oh, how many did I find?
Roll 1d6.
All right. And before it's a 1.
You find a leaf.
6?
Oh.
All right.
Whoa.
Got a couple spare. These might do. I don't really know why I know that, but these might do. We could hold them
Fortunately,
to
they
our
were labeled.
noses. Ah, yes.
Okay, so how do we use them, Arianna? Just assumption here. Let's ask to a botanist.
Yeah, she might know.
Can I know, or should
Yeah,
I
you can
do I
know.
have to roll for this?
These are leaves that normally only grow in the fairy otherworld, and they naturally purify vapor passing through them. So you basically just stick it on your face and breathe through it.
Put it on your face and go
Like a mask?
like a mask.
Oh, it's a
Garnet,
leaf.
What?
we've found some masks that'll let you try to breathe.
It's not that bad, but all right. So if there's an extra one, I'll have it.
Yeah, there's a couple extra.
All
I
right.
toss it down. I'm open.
All right.
Just drop the leaf, it floats into Garnet's hands.
Just dissolves into acid.
Ah.
Ooh.
Did anybody take the oil in the alchemist's fire?
Yes.
All right. So
Arianna likes it.
Arianna's just like shiftily putting things into her belongings. Excellent. All right.
She's just stealing as we go. She's looting during the rupture. There was a
It's fine.
specific no looting rule.
Garnet, the pipe extends downwards for a good 200 feet before going into a much sharper drop, a much steeper angle. Not like deadly, but definitely you will slide down very fast.
And probably not be able to get back up.
Yeah,
Did I
this
see
goes.
Anything? Oh, sorry.
No, this probably goes all the way to the Undercroft, which is like the ground level underneath the academy. You've got everything floating up in this big golden sphere, and then you've got the ground level. And the only part of the ground level that anybody does anything with is around the outer perimeter where the refugee camp is built up over the years. That's where people walk in and out on the rare occasions that that's necessary. Everything further inside, like the moment you get inside the sphere, you go up. You take the floating stairs, you take one of the floating discs, something like that. So underneath, especially closer to the central spire of the academy, is sort of a dumping ground for alchemical ingredients, magical experiments, so on and so forth. It's called the Undercroft, and this probably leads all the way to it.
Am I seeing anything important so far with the 120 feet of dark vision?
Just other areas, just other like feeder pipes that dump in. It seems like the only significant place that this goes to is the Undercroft.
Well, the coast is clear.
Okay, off you go, smaller ones. Otherwise, you might get stuck behind me.
Let's go.
All right. Follow behind.
Leaf face.
Yep.
Crawling around.
All right. The lot of you make your way into the tunnel. What do you do with the lock and the grate?
Can we try to make it look like it's closed behind us, perhaps?
Yeah, roll a
least
sleight
it's-
of hand check. Whoever's going to do that.
Yes, Alex would try. Is kind of
I think we collectively
yeah.
decided that Alex is our looks guy now.
Sleight of hand. All right, 10.
All right. You just got more inspiration if you'd like to spend it. You can let the 10 ride or you can spend it.
Trying to think. Is this important enough for it? Is someone gonna check this classroom randomly? Nah.
Wait. I might have an idea.
No, what's your idea?
So, as usual, we've got the shitty crafted talismans that he practices on.
Mm-hmm.
What if we just snap a little bit off of here, and then we can stick it in the bottom of that lock, so it won't lock properly if someone tries to mess with it, but we can still put the lever down. And then it will look a little bit more like it's actually not been tampered with.
That sounds smart.
Not a bad play. Athalor, make a sculpting tools check.
Man.
22. Yeah, you happen to have the exact right little piece to jam in there, so it looks pretty convincing, but it won't lock. Well done.
Hooray!
The lot of you no longer have to make saving throws because you've got the pure air leaves over your faces. You make your way 100, 120 feet down the pipe, and then it goes at a very steep angle, close to 45 degrees. It is slick with runoff. It's been, who knows how long this has been here. This is a one-way trip unless you have a very clever way to climb back up. Such as a potion of climbing.
Ooh, hoo, hee, hee.
We're covered. I think we're covered. I don't know why, but I think we're okay.
All right. Do you want to go ahead and slide down?
Am I able to kind of like peek over to see what's at like where the bottom is, like how far of a slide this is?
Your dark vision extends, what, 120 feet?
Yeah.
It goes past that.
Guys,
Yeah.
it's a long slide. More than 120 feet.
Well, you're up in front. Do you think it's safe?
Probably.
All I can see is Alex is behind, and honestly, it's not that informative of our situation.
I'll be like, I'm no beta, and I'm gonna go slide down.
Okay.
You're not a bottom chick.
Last one at the bottom's a rotten egg. Whee!
Roll an acrobatics check, Garnet.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
6.
Oh.
All right. Garnet goes sliding off into the darkness. Who's next?
Oh, God.
sure. I mean, I guess whoever is in order.
Yeah, what's the order? I shouldn't say like who volunteers to go next. I should say in what order are these children stacked into the...
I think Alexander is next.
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
Alexander, roll acrobatics. 18. Shoof. Arianna, it's got to be you.
You said acrobatics?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
19.
Oh boy.
Shoof. Athalor, your 3 friends have descended into the depths in front of you.
Oh, God. Hello?
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, no. Whee!
6.
Oh, no.
You pick up a frankly irresponsible amount of speed, just zooming along at nearly 45 degrees. To the point where I don't know if you've ever been to a water park or to one of those, like, you know, slide on a sack down a 5-story thing. There's a point where you genuinely feel fear and you no longer feel like you're in control of your own destiny, and all you can hope is that the engineers who designed the thing knew what they were doing. And the engineers who designed this thing had no intention of children using it to reach the industrial chemical dumping grounds underneath the school. So, Garnet, you rocket out at a ridiculous speed and take 1d6.
Wait. Would I realize I'm going too fast
Yes.
and like I'm gonna die? Do I have any vision of like ahead of me? I guess I would with dark vision, right?
Yes, you would, but you're moving at a very fast speed.
Would I be able to cast my Twilight Tendril to try and catch me before I take damage?
To like decelerate yourself?
Because it's something that it's an arm that comes out and it's supposed to move something in any direction, but I would just want it to catch me, slow me down, one of those options.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just try.
You realize and you just send out this Twilight Tendril and it stretches and snaps and it arrests a lot of your momentum. That was a really great idea. Unfortunately, it slows you down enough to the point that Alexander just comes crashing in behind you in the slide.
Ah, shit. Yay! Ow!
Followed
Why'd you stop?
very quickly, because now the two of you have lost momentum,
No.
by Arianna.
Fantastic.
And followed by the flailing Athalor, who also beats his acrobatics. The four of you,
Ow.
it does sort of level out at the last second, and the four of you go careening, and there's a splash as you all land in something cold, slick, and vaguely carbonated.
Oh, did we just, you know when you're a kid and you think it's the best idea ever to like try every single soda in the fountain, like put it in the same cup? Is that what we're in right now?
Either that or we'll liquidate the remains of what used to be Garnet's friends.
What? Hey. No.
Jeez.
Yeah, they had a much different consistency. You're so wrong, Athalor.
Well, we made it,
Ugh.
I guess.
Can we do like a Arcana check or something to like figure out what we're in?
Absolutely.
'Cause I don't want to be in some soda soup, okay?
Yeah, and good
Roll
soup.
an Arcana check.
Oh, great.
10.
Can we
I hit
join
my
in the
head
looking
on the way down,
around?
apparently.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go one by one. Alexander, the pipe has dumped you out, and this map isn't 100% one-to-one accurate, but you can see you're not far from a tower, a whole tower that's sort of fallen sideways into the alchemical muck.
Mm-hmm.
The site is familiar.
Yeah.
We'll go one by one. Alexander, what do you do?
So we've come and splashed out onto the exit of the tunnel. All right. So kind of stand up, attempt to brush himself off a little bit, but probably to no avail. It's yucky. Say, just I don't know about this stuff, but make sure not to step in any of that stuff over there. And points to like another like bunch of clumps of like I don't know, probably some like green acidic looking like pools.
Actively
stuff looks like
bubbling
it-
with a, you know, that rainbow sheen that's on top of oil slicks, except that sheen is somewhat leaking into the air itself.
And I don't actually remember from before. Did this tower that's on its side like lead? Was this the same tower that leads up to the academy, or was it another?
This does not lead up to the academy. You found a different way up, but this
Right.
was the safe place that you found
Yeah.
when you first arrived.
Gotcha. I think. Maybe we could stop by this tower momentarily. I think we might find something useful in there.
Well, it's either that or go diving. So I'm with Alex. I think tower.
Sounds like a good idea to get out of this whatever we're in.
Garnet?
Can I? Arcana check this green stuff? Because I'm pretty sussed. Or if we can't double roll, then I'll want to investigate.
No, I'll let you. You haven't rolled Arcana, or Arianna only got a 10. I'll allow it.
Advantage time! Pow!
Nice. Yeah, this is alchemical runoff. All sorts of different potions. The puddle that you have landed in appears to be inert, but some of the other areas are not.
Would I know if it's dangerous to
Yes.
have this on us for a long time?
I wouldn't. I mean, it's not great for your complexion or for your wardrobe. The stuff that you're in at the moment. The rest of the stuff can have incredibly unpredictable alchemical effects if you walk through it.
Guys, we could be superheroes. Athalor, go step in that one. I point at a bubbling one.
Yes.
He's
the
super
superpower-
idiot.
The superpower of being dead. Potentially preferable to being here with you.
No,
But for now.
Spider-Man didn't die. He just, you know.
Memory check on the DM. Athalor's cloak. It got the enchantment of Stuffly being clean all the time from his mum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Athalor
it's
just kinda, like,
spotless.
just sort of like flicks his cloak and all of it. She just goes, "Shah."
Slides right off.
Oh,
Thanks, mum.
That's pretty useful.
Yeah, well, nothing too special. Should we have a look at that tower before Arianna goes and drinks some of this or something?
Good
Sure.
idea.
Yeah, this way. Alex will try to like take lead and
Okay.
avoid any bad stuff on the ground.
I will allow you to use a survival check or a perception check, and I will grant you advantage for familiarity.
All right, was it survival or
Perception, whichever is better.
either or?
Oh, those are pretty dice.
Oh, 11.
Monka.
11. Okay. All right. You're able to spot your way through the bubbling ooze, and go ahead and move yourselves to this bank right here safely.
Which bank?
Basically anywhere that's not the glowing green goo.
Okay, cool. Bam.
Oh.
Nice.
All right, you've arrived at this tower, which seems to have been here for a very, very long time. It's lying on its side. Here on the outside, it's all broken in. You can kind of peek through at a couple of points. Say here, you can look through. Plant life has grown up around it. It's mostly molds, maybe some odd lichens. A few trees survive and bushes survive, but they're all pale, discolored with holes in the leaves. Somebody set up a set of doors up here at the front. You can't see into all this stuff just yet, but what would you like to do?
Alex would like to find like a big enough opening to at least like poke his head in.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one already around here, like on the side.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and poke his head in and then just kind of look around a little bit and call out, "Hello? F, are you here?"
F?
Oh? G? H?
No, hold on.
The door at the very back of the
Does he know
tower
someone?
creaks open. And at first glance, none of you see anything. And then you realize that's because you were looking sort of at your height, and you needed to be looking down at your ankle's height. A misshapen, soft-featured, sort of frog-faced lump with vestigial, droopy wings is peeking out through the door with huge, bulging, staring eyes.
Is that your dad?
Can
Sorry,
Arianna
what?
grab a stick and poke it in the face?
Yeah, you can poke it in the face. Let me bring it out here.
What inquisition she has.
All right, you poke it in the
baby.
you poke it in the face, and its whole face like distorts around the stick.
What are you doing?
Ah!
No, Arianna, what are you? Wait, no, F.
Ah!
Don't hurt it. Don't hurt
I
him.
wasn't trying to hurt it. It just looked fun to.
You're allowed a pet? That's no fair. Ioth doesn't allow pets.
No, I don't have a pet. This is F. F.
F is
you-
not a pet. F
Not a
is a group project.
A group project?
Nothing is more cursed than group project.
Yeah, it's been rough for F. It seems here, but I've come back and brought some friends.
Her the fancy robes. Look at all of this. Are you a
I'm
great
sorry,
wizard now? Sorry, go ahead.
I am sorry I poked you in the face, friend.
With the shaking of the cheeks, the divot that you poked in its weird clay-like flesh sort of shapes itself back to normal.
Can I make an Arcana check on figuring out what this thing is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it elemental at all?
No.
No advantage. Bam.
13. This is a homunculus.
Ooh.
You make them by shaping a mixture of clay, ash, mandrake root, and blood. And it's about the size of a squirrel or so. It is a construct that, under normal circumstances, functions almost as an extension of its creator. The two share thoughts, senses, and language. So it can like fly around and act as an extension of your mind under normal circumstances.
Once Athalor shares this, I'm like, oh, this is incredible. I start to like maybe try and like handle it or just like really examine it up close. I've always wanted to create one of these. Can you show me, Alex? This is
Careful,
so
you
cool.
don't know whose it is.
When you pick it up, it sort of like leaks through your fingers. Not like it's completely melting, but like it's made of sort of really soft clay in a bag. So you pick it up and it just between your fingers it sort of bulges out and its face shrinks down into its neck as you do so.
I'm like trying to like scoop it up, like, you know. Like, what is this?
Maybe
Did you
be
make this?
careful. No, I didn't make it. I just came across it, or it came across me. More
Do you know
accurately.
whose it is?
No. But
F.
F is a friend and can help us, and not without. I know you helped me a great deal, F. So I've come to give you something too. And Alex will pull out one of the onyx gemstones that he has in his bag and present it. Here, F, for your help before.
F tries to look through the stone, which is shiny, black, and completely opaque, and not the kind that you can actually look through. Shakes it as if to hear if there's something inside. Licks it. And then clutches it close.
Well, it wasn't an onyx surprise.
Alexander is a great wizard. Yes, as was promised.
Soon, maybe. But yeah. Anyway, these are my friends. This is Garnet and Athalor and Arianna.
How?
This is
you-
F.
Did you come down there? Athalor points towards like the slide that they all came through.
Yes.
Wait, what's gonna happen to him at the rupture? As I kind of whisper to the group, is he gonna like liquefy or something?
I
Well,
don't
if
know
you've
if
not done that already with your hands.
Oh yeah. Blech.
Ew, homunculus.
Ew. Goo.
It didn't like leave any actual goo, but there's this oily residue left over.
Anyone have a paper towel? I have homunculus all over my hands.
What's that coming? And F lurches across the floor, and you can see that the sideways tower has been furnished with broken chairs and acid-eaten rugs. and forks that have been sort of stabbed into the table as if in some sort of weird Stonehenge thing going on. There's an unusual number of boots. Most of the soles have been, burned out from them. They've been bisected like butterflies and pinned to the walls. It's just bric-a-brac everywhere in an very odd configuration.
I see
Whisper to
F as a
Alex.
scholar.
I whisper to Alex, how is this thing gonna help us exactly?
Well, let's find out. F, that thing you gave me before, it did get me across this, I don't even call it the pools of stuff, but it didn't last after that. You wouldn't happen to have anything else that we could use to navigate across this land to get back up? Same problem as before, I know.
The Great Wizard hasn't solved some problem as before. Not good. He starts shuffling towards a bedroom area in the back. I would like everyone in the party to roll a perception check. And Garnet, enjoy the sweet, sweet taste of disadvantage from your previous act of God.
Well, I had advantage on wait, what did I have?
Charisma.
Oh wait, I had advantage
You
on
picked charisma.
intelligence.
No, you picked charisma because you were supposed to
Oh
be.
wait, so it cancels out.
Ooh, hello.
No. This is a wisdom check. Perception is based on wisdom.
Oh.
You took a boost to charisma
Oh yeah.
and a penalty on wisdom, so enjoy the sweet, sweet taste of disadvantage.
Is this dim light by any chance?
Yes, but this is not about
Dude, I think
vision.
it's dark in here.
It says, for my eyes of night, I don't suffer disadvantage to wisdom checks in the area that I am in. I don't know
That
if this
is
applies.
canceled out due to dim light. This does not have anything to do with dim light. This is about hearing specifically.
Yep.
So
Try to
bring
get out of
on the disadvantage.
I accidentally rolled advantage, so mine would be 11.
That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
we
know
just
what they
take the
say about
first one.
bigger ears.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
Dave
just
and Elf
distracted.
with big
I'm just
ears,
looking at
yes.
stuff.
All right. As the lot of you move, Athalor, you could swear that you hear somebody talking outside.
You guys go and see what F's bringing us. I need a moment. It smells terrible in here.
Who?
And he tries to
What?
slink off towards the door.
All right. Are the lot of you following F, or is the slinking? Are you opposing the slinkage?
I think Alex would be at least walking towards F, not like barging into his room or anything, but at least like walking towards that area.
All right. Arianna?
I think at this point, Arianna probably knows the group pretty well that she is suspicious.
Okay.
Of
And-
entirely innocent Athalor.
Garnet. You didn't notice anything aside from Athalor saying that he needs a breath of fresh air. And Alexander following F into his lair. Do you follow F, or are you trailing behind Athalor?
I probably follow Athalor.
Okay.
Hey, buddy system, stop! And I'm like running after.
Excellent. Excellent.
I think upon seeing that, I think Arianna would still be suspicious, but also follow the clay frog.
Okay.
Clay frog.
There's more apologizing to do.
So those of you who are following the clay frog get all the way up into what passes for his room. It's behind closed doors. It's a nest made out of torn out pieces of paper, bits of mud, old burlap sacks. It looks like a scrap of a flying carpet, and the edges have been stained and burned by some corrosive green substance. But also strewn about on the floor are shards of a broken mirror.
Uh-oh.
I've had enough bad luck, and then this happened.
What happened exactly?
It fell from up there. And I've took it to keep it. To see if he could get us into it and gain terrible wisdom. But he broke it.
Oh. I
Ah.
look to Arianna and like a questioning.
Hmm.
It happens to look like this.
Can
Hmm.
Oh my
Alex,
god, we can move the pieces. Sorry.
do you think we should put the pieces back together? We have some time. Maybe it would make Ev happy.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, we came a bit early. Is it? Do you think? Would you like us to fix it, Ev? We could try.
Oh, can't be fixed. That's impossible. Ev has tried for an eternity the last 5 minutes.
We'll try. I think we can do this.
Yeah, if we can just, I mean, I don't know, vaguely try to get the pieces back kind of where they are. I can try something.
All right. Well, this is a fully interactive scene, so please knock yourselves out.
Welcome back to Ioth Academy, where young kids take drugs and oil up, then play with glass shards.
All right.
There's
It's
so
a
many
it's a good start for the theme song. We'll be in contact. All right. We'll have our people call your people.
Oh my god.
On the outside, as you stand at the edge, Garnet and Athalor, you heard something on the outskirts. Again, a voice, somebody speaking rapidly in a hushed tone.
Can
What's
you
wrong with
ping on the
you?
map the general direction of the sound?
That way, roughly the direction that you came. Were you saying something, Garnet?
Oh, I was just saying, like, what's wrong with you? Kind of to Athalor.
Stinks in there. I thought I heard something. I'm just gonna step outside and take a look. Surely there's no one else down here. Is that in the same direction of the...
Wait, do I hear this now?
Yes. So as soon as you step out, you hear that.
Dark vision for both...
I grab Athalor.
Heck.
I grab Athalor and drag him back in the tower as soon as I hear it and close the door.
Okay.
We need to get the group. That is the little ghosty demon that went to visit me while I was on my little magic carpet ride that made me almost stab somebody. Remember that story I told you?
Oh, yeah. I love that story. Can this one end with you sending it into a black hole?
Again, I think it would send me into a black hole.
Okay.
It almost made me stab somebody last time, and it sounded exactly like that. Looks at hands. No. Well,
Good.
it made me like want to force choke somebody, but that is dangerous. How far did it sound, Athalor? Like quite far, right?
I don't know how loud it's supposed to be. There's no frame of reference for how close it could really be. Like, it's not right outside the door. I can only just about see nothing in the darkness. And
I like crouch next to the window. Crouching next to the window, see if I can like see it. Well, we gotta alert the others if it gets close.
Dark vision. Let's go.
As you look out, Athalor,
Mm-hmm.
you see a churning mass of dark shreds. It looks almost like cloth, but it has the consistency of smoke as it turns and turns upon itself, riling over and over. Half of it has a face up at the top, but half of the face is missing, and it just keeps on like flowing outwards into the shape of a face and then turning back on itself, and it's just muttering and muttering and muttering over and over. The sound is very distracting and very annoying.
It's here.
Athalor, plug your ears.
Right.
Right. Now, Now let's go tell the others to do this too. Okay?
Alright, I'll follow
Okay.
you.
Okay. Walk with her ears plugged towards the Alex and
All right.
Arianna.
Hey
You
guys, there's a supernatural cloth demon thing out in the stink pile.
Why are you yelling?
Plug your ears.
Huh?
If it reveals its secret or whatever, it will do the pain thing.
Oh, it's that thing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Garnet's best friend.
No.
Ah.
If we can't hear it, it'll be fine, right?
I thought you knew about it.
Well, you can't hear it in here, right? Why are we plugging our ears?
Well, I don't know,
What
it
was
looks like a shadow thing.
Sound check on it. Because Athalor has the perception.
yes. Well, you would have been a little bit difficult when during the period that your ears were plugged. So
Yeah.
as you unplug your ears,
The world is dead below feet that tread beyond the seventh
Yeah,
day.
it's close. Very close.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
What about F? F, have you seen this thing before?
let's see here. F looks at you and just stares.
Uh-oh. F, close
Is
your
it
ears.
broken? Did you
Uh,
forget to charge it?
And then it looks from you to a crack in the wall right next to you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
And its horrifying, churning face is right on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, that's the one.
Don't
Ah,
listen to it.
It's there. Alex kind of like goes to clasp his own hands momentarily, like over F's ears, but then probably hears the thing and then goes to just be like, nope, never mind. And then over his other ears again.
Okay. It uses its whispers of madness.
Dun, dun, dun,
F
dun.
rolls a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Not F.
Okay.
Gets a 13.
Winnable?
Does not successfully save.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Takes 10 points of psychic damage.
That would have killed one of us, bro.
And just starts babbling. And then one of its eyes starts to just swell up like a balloon. And it pops, spraying clay all over the lot of you. And we'll find out what happens to our
There goes your
heroes
friend.
when we come back from this short break. Don't go anywhere.